All right, guys. My name is Jazz, co-founder here at agentattraction.io. And today we're sitting down with Monique, one of our long-term clients here at agentattraction.io. And today, we're going to be picking Monique's brain on how she's been recruiting agents with the Agent Attraction IO system, how she's been getting paid to attract, and more importantly, she's pretty much going to reveal all the secrets, pull back the curtains and break everything down on how the system looks like and the result it's been able to generate for her, behind the scenes after, of course, joining the program. So today's going to be, this interview is going to be a little bit of a lengthy interview, but I mean, we're going to go deep inside, Monique's brain and just extract as much information as possible. So Monique, first and foremost, thank you for jumping on today's call. I know, you're super busy. Everyone's busy nowadays. I mean, there's so many different
Yeah,
things going on. So,
right.
first and foremost, thank you for jumping on today's interview. And just so I can, best respect your time and get the and also take the viewers' time into consideration. Let's first jump straight into um, I want to sort of give a quick hook for the viewer, so they, of course, do stick around till the end. If you had to summarize, the one big result you've been able to generate, working with us, what would that be? And then we'll jump straight into, agent attraction as a whole. So you could take it from there.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jazz, for first of all having me on. I really do appreciate it. And I don't take it lightly, you having me on. So I really appreciate the opportunity, number one. But what I would say to those that are listening is definitely scalability. Definitely scalability for me has been the big win for me, in addition to quality of life or gaining some form of life balance, work-life balance back into my life, has been definitely a win for me. It's been an amazing opportunity, something that I've prayed for. But definitely being able to scale my business is big, and that's the market that we're in right now. It's an absolute must now that we are looking at different means and ways to be able to take our business to a level of legacy. And I found that through agent attraction.
Got it. So Monique, you touched on something about building a new stream of income, especially in today's market. So talk to me about agent attraction as a whole. So of course, there's been a huge, I mean, EXP is growing at a very fast rate. Real Broker, I mean, I was recently reading their Q2 earnings report, and I saw that their earnings doubled in Q2 compared to the year prior. So
Yeah.
clearly, there's a clear indication, and especially myself who's been in the industry for, 6 years now, I can sort of see it from an outside perspective of how, virtual cloud-based brokerages are sort of the new wave, as a whole. So talk to me about why agent attraction? Why is building a downline, a revenue share network important to you? And why not, and why make the decision of not just continue selling houses, till
Yeah.
retirement? So talk to me about that.
Yeah, it's definitely the market is definitely the new trend is becoming the cloud base. The new trend is definitely revenue share. That's a big deal now. When I came in the industry over 28 years ago, the big deal was at the time, you become an agent, you become a superstar agent, then by your third year, you start to look at becoming a broker. And the
Hmm.
whole point of becoming a broker is so that you can recruit agents and you can have a team of agents, you can generate through the team of agents, hopefully spend time working with them and building, something that's really, really special. And as time has shifted with housing crisis, COVID, all the other things that have happened, there's been all of these third parties that have come in, and now we're looking at social media and now AI. There's a real shift that's taking place. But in addition to all of that, there has been, low inventory, low infrastructure. And not only that, but interest rates that were at one time 2 and 3/4 interest rates, where there was a frenzy in the marketplace, now the interest rates are up to 6.5, 7%.
Right.
So, now you're looking at the values of home that have increased. You're
Yeah.
looking at high interest rates, low inventory, and then taxes, have more than doubled. So
Hmm.
now the traditional agent that came in the market back in the heyday, where, if you didn't have a lot of knowledge, you didn't have a lot of social media, you didn't have a lot of experience, you could make a boatload of money. But
Right.
that's not the market today.
Yeah.
If you are an underdeveloped agent in 2026, you will die. It's real simple. The market now is a market now where agents are becoming awakened to the day of chasing every shiny coin.
Yeah.
They're seeing what's happening in this market right now. And what they're understanding is that they only have two legs and two arms. And when you're looking at running out here, chasing after homes, where you're still dealing with some highest and best in some instances,
Yeah.
and you have buyers that cannot compete. We have
Hmm.
now the NAR settlement. So
Right.
now you have agents that don't know how to strategize, don't know how to negotiate, intimidated by asking their client to pay the commission, right?
Right.
We're in a very transitional market today. And this
Hmm.
is a market now more than ever where the agent today has to look at different ways of generating their income. They have to be a smart agent now. They have to tap into now a market now where the trend is revenue share. The trend is building a team. And in many instances, they've been in brokerages where they've been suppressed, and they've been suppressed to the point of only one way of working. And,
Hmm.
and they've gotten caught off guard with that. But now what's happening is that the sirens are going off. And now what's happening is that people are blowing the trumpets, and they're realizing now that if they don't get into the game of attracting agents and recruiting agents, they're not going to survive next year. And the
Right.
brokerages that have done the traditional way of operating, chasing after agents, sending virtual assistants to go after, that's not going to work today. You're going to have to do things now that are different,
Yeah.
that's attracting agents to you. You're going to have to be totally different now. And what agent attraction has done, and when I saw the program, I was blown away by it, Jazz. I will be completely honest with you. I do this 95 hours a week, 7 days a week. So I've been on the ground running the whole time. When
Right.
I saw this program, I was blown away by it because I saw the system. I saw what was being done, the mindset of how we were attracting them. And it was through teaching, training, coaching, all of the things that are necessary now. That's a must have if you want to scale, if you want to thrive in this market. And so
Right.
these cloud based brokerages that are getting involved with this program or should get involved with this program, they're going to find that their profit is going to scale. It's going to break through the roof. They're going to get more agents coming to their firm through this system than if they did it the traditional way. And agents are burnt out from showing houses. They're looking for a new way. They're looking for another system to pivot. And I definitely believe that this is not a man idea. This is a God idea. And that's why I got in. And I'm glad I did that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I completely agree with you on a lot of the stuff that you mentioned. Uh, like for example, I mean, I was reading an article, and since 1995, 2024 was was the one year where there was the lowest amount of recorded homes that were sold. So since 1995. So the number of transactions that are happening, that is coming down. Interest rates are going up, and there's less inventory. And more importantly, the NAR settlement, which happened, I believe, last year in April or
Yeah.
March, commissions are coming down. So essentially, uh, the market is not in the agent's favor. Uh,
Yeah.
and you know, commissions are coming down. So agents are essentially making less money, there's less transactions happening, and it's all in all just a bad environment for the average agent. So um, it is very important for an agent to build that sort of second stream of income, and and not just um, you know active earned income, but something that is more so I wouldn't call it entirely passive income, but I would categorize it as, semi-passive in a way. So I mean thanks to brokerages like, EXP,
Yeah.
Real, Epic, Fathom, Realty of America, uh, these brokerages are now, I mean, they're the ones that have sort of started a trend of paying back half, if not 60% of their company dollar back over to their agents, so their agents can make more
Yes.
money. Now, of course, from their
Yes.
perspective, it's more so a retention tool. Of course, I mean if you take a look at it beneath the surface, it's really a retention tool for them. But I mean, it's a win-win. I mean, if the brokerage is they're retaining agents, the agents that are part of the brokerage, they're making more money. So all in all, it's a win-win for
Absolutely.
everyone.
Absolutely. The market has become very competitive. And, when you're talking about the 21st century and you're talking about the models that we're looking at today, versus the brick and mortar or the way that we did things back in the past, they're providing now an opportunity for agents to build generational wealth. That's what
Yeah.
it is. It's about generational wealth. And for agents now, they're looking for all the tools, the systems, the technology, and they're looking for the support. When I made that change to EXP in 2020, I guess it was, I was coming from that brick and mortar of my own company. And what I understood was that I was very limited in my
Yeah.
ability to help the agent to maximize who they are. Because in traditional offices, you're really, really suppressed to operating, one dimensional. But when you're looking at cloud based offices, they're giving you, at least I can speak to EXP, they're allowing you to be more empowered. You're more
Mm.
empowered, right? And so what I believe with agent attraction, what that has done is it is aligning itself to the new trend, because what is needed in this, and at least when I saw it for myself, I saw the alignment to the vision of agent attraction, because what it's allowing is it's allowing you to cross over geographical barriers. The people that I'm connecting with, they're around the world.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the craziest thing. I'm being able to attract not just in my neighborhood,
Right.
not just in my local community. Do you understand how this is crazy?
Yeah.
And the ability to reach people geographically or outside of your own geographic, but across barriers of that,
Yeah.
to cross over and to bring about collaboration, it's life changing.
Yeah.
And so what these models have to understand, and I believe that, hopefully they're going to see this, is that the old traditional way of getting an agent, or what you did in the old dispensation, is not going to work in the new dispensation.
Yeah.
The difference now is that, and it's crazy, I got to tell you,
Yeah.
Jazz,
Yeah.
I created a video
Hmm.
for my coaching. I have over 48,000 views. 48,000 views. When I tell you the bookings that are
Yeah.
happening to me,
Yeah.
it has brought a tear to my eye, because what I'm seeing is that there is a need, there is a deficiency out here with agents.
Yeah.
There are agents that want to scale, they want to build, they're sitting on their couch and they're saying, what am I going to do? I'm not closing the business I used to close. And that's frightening when you have, this has been your livelihood, this has been your career of careers, this
Yeah.
has been your absolute, I'm going to do this until I die kind of career. And then the market and the economy and everything that's changed and shifted with all of this technology, with AI, with everything else. And then we're in locations or offices where we're not giving them the knowledge.
Yeah.
We're not changing the mindset, because it is a mindset shift too, right?
Right.
And so for me, being that broker that said, I need a change. I need a platform that's
Hmm.
going to help me to do what I do well, right? And to help me to recruit without chasing, without being stale, without being like everybody else, and having a system that attracts them to me,
Yeah.
that wants them to talk to me. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And those are the offices. If they adapt to this,
Yeah.
they're going to see numbers, not
Yeah.
only in recruiting,
Yeah.
not only in the quality of life in their office, because now agents are happy.
Right.
They're doing what they've always wanted to do. They're generating income. They're helping to change lives. They're not limited anymore. The quality of life is better. And at the end of the day, the business that they're in, the company that they're working with, is also seeing their numbers uptick. And that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like for example, I mean you touched on the traditional brokerages versus the cloud-based virtual brokerages. Now, the big benefit that a lot of people sort of overlook is that if you're part of a cloud or a virtual-based brokerage, I mean you can recruit nationwide. You're getting rewarded to recruit nationwide. And what that really does is that expands your market, the
Yeah,
people that you can reach out to. And more importantly, there is demand for people searching for help, people searching for information, people searching for support. For example, I was
yeah,
uh, usually on my free time, I like to read a lot of articles that In My News is, putting out. And I believe one of the stats that they released was over 70% of active agents last year didn't even close a deal.
yeah,
So that stat that, 10% of agents are doing like 80 or 90% of the deals, that is true. So
yeah,
if there's so many people that are getting licensed, which is true on average, there's about 150,000 people that get licensed, typically every single year. If there's so many people that are coming into the market and there's about 4 million realtors in the US alone, imagine the amount of people that have not closed a deal and they
right.
chose real estate as a career. So
That's right.
if you're part of a virtual cloud-based brokerage, there's such a big opportunity where not only are you able to help and serve people, from you're also able to expand your income because your brokerage is rewarding you. They're paying half of their company dollar back to their agents. So, I mean, of course, we do help the franchise and the flat fee model, 100% commission model, with local boutique brokerages. But and that is sort of the advantage that is something that they realistically don't have. But I mean, if you're a part of like EXP or Rio, and say sometime in the future there's like a new, fast, big, growing brokerage, I mean that's a big benefit that you have. So not only are you able to build authority, you're able to serve people.
That's right.
People are thanking you. There's some sort of pride in
That's right.
serving the community. But at the same time, you're also getting paid handsomely, which, we'll be getting into on how you're also getting paid to recruit. So,
Yes.
in terms of, agent attraction, so of course, you're recruiting agents into your downline at EXP. Uh, uh, well, we'll get into, getting paid to recruit, but when you started focusing on agent attraction, did you slow down your production? Like, did you slow that side of the business down? Or are you sort of doing both at the same time? Or are you more so putting 80% of your time into one thing? Or how do you sort of balance the two?
Yeah, that's a great question, because actually I'm doing both, right? But I work a lot of hours anyway. Again, the program has brought me tremendous joy because, first of all, it's exciting to see my calendar booked with appointments.
Yeah.
But actually, I'm doing both. I'm still doing both. That's the interesting part about it. It's like the busier I got with the, let's start with this. First of all, I didn't think my calendar was going to be booked with appointments like it is. First of all, that was a little shocking to me. And actually, when I rolled out Jazz, I came down with the flu. I
Yeah.
came down with the flu when I rolled out. I rolled out on a Saturday, and that whole week, I think I had like 12 demos booked on my calendar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what in the world am I going to do?
Yeah.
And I was able to, of course, and this is the crazy part too, because when you do the regular, the traditional recruiting,
Yeah.
you get agents that hang up on you. It's all of that.
Yeah.
But here's what's interesting. They were booking on my calendar. And I told Arjun, I'm like, what in the world is going on? I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it, what was happening,
Yeah.
because it happened so fast. And he was saying, you're going to get bookings and all this. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, well, we'll see. Okay.
Yeah.
And it happened
Yeah.
exactly like he said it was going to happen. So all these bookings are taking place.
Yeah.
And so I wound up calling them. And the interesting part was they were answering the call and they were glad to hear from me.
Yeah.
Now, that was strange for me in our world of real estate because when you go after an agent and you're calling them, they don't
Yeah.
want to hear from you. They hang up, they're mean. It's all of that. They shut you out. But when I was calling, it was like I was a celebrity.
Yeah.
They had seen my video, they were warmed up, they were glad to hear from me, and none of them canceled.
Right.
I rescheduled with them and none of them canceled. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what is going on? And it
Yeah.
seemed the more I was getting busy with that,
Yeah.
on the other end, I was getting busy with clients that had said, last year, I want to just kind of wait and we'll see what's happening. Now all of a sudden they're calling. So to answer your question, actually, I'm doing both. I'm working it 7 days. So I'm not taking the weekends off. So if I'm out showing a property or working with a listing, I will work on a Saturday and Sunday with my demos. I don't cancel with them at all. I'm
Yeah.
glad to do it and glad to hear their story and glad to hear their pain and what's going on so that I can bring remedy to them,
Yeah.
and that's what's happening with me. So
Yeah.
actually I'm doing both. What my goal is, so that it is actually to do more in the coaching.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
where I see myself is launching more in the coaching
Coaching.
arena.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You touched on, traditional recruiting. So what most people are teaching, typically people, I'm not saying particularly yours. I mean, people that are in our clients' upline, they're brokers, team leaders, or other real estate coaches or other influencers that they may see online is that, hey, the only way to recruit is that, you need to cold call. It's a
Mhm.
numbers game. You gotta send some
Mhm.
cold emails. You gotta do some in-person events.
Right.
And what we found is that sure they may work, but a lot of those traditional recruiting methods, they're in a one-to-one manner. So what that really means is that there's really not that much leverage. I mean, you talked about how 40,000 people
Yeah.
watch your video and they
Yeah.
see you as a celebrity, a person of
Right.
authority. With traditional
Right.
recruiting, you're not going to get that. And
Right.
moreover, if you take a look at traditional recruiting, what really happens is you're reaching out to the other person first. Now, imagine if another person is reaching out to you first and you're instead attracting rather than chasing. That
Right.
changes the dynamic of the relationship. Which person has more power? Which person has
Right.
more leverage? It's typically the person that is attracting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is what you've been able to, place into your business. So, you talked
Yes.
about I mean, you're using terms about, my calendar is full of demos,
Yeah.
I'm getting demos booked onto my calendar. A lot of people may not even understand what that term means. So talk to me about, because every business is a funnel, right? Even for example, for your real estate business, I mean, I'm sure you have a way to generate buyers and sellers and sort of start the conversations, and then, you meet them in person, you show them some properties, and then, you go through the entire process. So every business is typically a funnel. What does your funnel look like for the agent attraction side? Are you're running an ad, people are watching a video, and then
Right.
running this ad nationwide, and then people watch your video, they see the value that you're able to provide, and then they book a call with you. So walk me through the entire funnel from the beginning, from the front, all the way till, attracting the agent, and then you can also touch on, how you sell the digital product and your sort of digital product that, which is sort of the mechanism you're using to recruit, the attraction magnet.
Sure. So, what I have in essence is I have what is called as a video sales letter. So I have this video sales letter, and it's actually me on video, that is really speaking to the value proposition, what it is, what my claim is, and what I can do to help the agent to scale. I'm
Yeah.
really looking for, um, I'm looking for really any agent, but really an agent that wants to build their business. I'm looking for the serious agent. In many instances, those that have made the money before, but they're not making it right now, or maybe a newer agent that's saying, I don't want to waste a lot of time. I want to get into this game and I want to grind it out and make it happen.
Yeah.
So I basically state my claim. And then in this, it's about an hour.
Okay.
But all throughout this video sales letter where I'm speaking, I'm sharing with them, my story. I'm sharing case studies, and I'm sharing with them the benefits of those that got involved, and they, by following the system, how it changed the trajectory of their business.
Okay.
And then I go into talking about, my story, what happened to me, what I went through,
Hmm.
the areas that I failed in, how, my bank account was bleeding. I was chasing after every silver coin, and dropping money here and there, and nothing was happening for me. And, I had to shift gears, and I go into my story to what changed that. And that when I changed that narrative in my life, then I began to share it with other agents, and they joined, and they signed, and they saw it for themselves. And that's when I realized I'm onto something here. And then I started sharing all during this video
Yeah.
of the different tactics and systems and what I did to make the difference. Well, once they review that, and that's the process and thesis video
Yeah.
that they would look at it. It's on a landing page, and then of course, they'll see my credentials, they'll see, how I'm known in the marketplace and the things
Right.
I've accomplished. So they immediately see the credibility. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, they're going to probably start doing their searches, I'm certain, but they're inquisitive. Along that, there's a video. And in this video, I'm actually, sharing with the agent, you know, hitting those pain points of what they're going through. And I
Uh-huh.
know what they're going through because I was there. And I'm speaking directly to those agents, to the things that they're doing and why they're failing and why things aren't working out for them. And
Hmm.
so I guess I did a decent job because I got over 47,000 hits.
Yeah.
Um, and so what happens from there is that they see the video and it's on social media. They then from there are able to click at the bottom of my site.
Yeah.
And from there, it takes them right to a form.
Hmm.
They complete the form. It's got questions that I can see
Yeah.
that can help me to speak with them. And then from there, it's all systematic. It's the way that you guys set this up is crazy.
Yeah.
So it's all systematic. Before I would have to call, put it on my calendar, send the link, and I don't have to do any of that. Everything is like while I'm showing properties, I can look at my phone and see that they booked.
Yeah.
It's already done for me, right? So it is. So now what's happening is that they are scheduling,
Mm-hmm.
and everything is it's automated. I mean, through texting them, emailing them. I've got the jot form that they fill out, and
Yeah.
from there, I'm able to see when they book. Right.
Yeah.
All I really need to do at this point is get on Zoom and welcome them, right?
Yeah.
So it's masterful. It's
Yeah.
just it's masterful. It's amazing, and it helps me so much because I would have to have a staff to
Right.
kind of do all of this for me, and I don't have to have a staff. The systems are just off the chain, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. And so that's how I'm able to get them. They come to me, they're happy to see me.
Yeah.
I'm able to talk with them, find out what's going on, and
Yeah.
then from there I'm able to share, the system. I'm
Right.
able to walk them through. And I'll tell you, Jazz, I haven't had one cancellation, not one. I mean, I probably have had, oh God, I probably have had, I don't know now, let's see, maybe about 15, 18 sessions. I've got someone that's getting ready to sign with me today. I already have brought in a few. I've got brand new agents already. It's happening fast. It's um, very efficient, very
Yeah.
elevating. It's very
Yeah.
elevating.
Yeah.
And what I feel is much gratitude.
Yeah.
I've had clients that have come on that are brokers, they're agents, brokers that have been brokers for over 20 some years.
Mm-hmm.
I've had experiences with them where they have cried right on my session. They've had to excuse themselves. They've come back. And because we get to the nitty gritty,
Right.
we get down to business on what is your why, what is happening. And once I'm able to start showing them the digital product and show them what we do, how this is going to work, they're blown away because
Yeah.
it's something they haven't seen.
Right.
It's stuff that they haven't, or if they've seen it, no one has really brought it up to them. It's been,
Right.
I'm so busy trying to save my house. I'm so busy trying to make money that it's gotten so noisy that the things that really matter to helping them to, pull the curtains back, if you will, and
Mm-hmm.
really begin to see what's happening in your business.
Yeah.
This is where it's become life changing for me and meaningful for me because of the people that I'm meeting around the world and impacting, and the people that are saying I'm in. I had a session last night with a woman. She's in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
and just overjoyed, just overjoyed.
Yeah.
And she decided, because I could not mentor her where she was at, she joined my team. I actually have a team, and she was like, I want to join your team. And
Mm.
it's just that simple. What's happening right now is there are people that are starving. There are
Right.
people that are hurting, and there are people that they're dying for a change.
Mm-hmm.
And Jazz, this is allowing me to fulfill
Yeah.
my purpose in
Yeah.
real estate, and I'm forever grateful for the team, for you and Arjun and Prab, for what you've done. This
Yeah.
is amazing
Yeah.
what is happening here. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, highly appreciate, the kind words that you're putting towards the system, us, and we're grateful to have you as a client as well.
Thank you.
So you touched on the funnel. So just to summarize, what you're essentially doing is instead of reaching out to another agent first, either through a cold call or through a cold text where you might pitch them, hey, come join my brokerage. Here are all the benefits and the features of my brokerage. Instead of that, what you're essentially doing is you're running an ad on Facebook and on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram where you're instead displaying the value that you can provide to another agent and how you can help them scale their business. So you're
Yes.
essentially running this ad. People are, I mean, everyone's on social media nowadays. I mean, Instagram, Facebook are two of the most highly used, most populated platforms that there are right now. So people click on your ad, and then they land on this one page where you mentioned that there's a video sales letter, and
Yes.
it's pretty much a VSL. Now, what this VSL that you said, it's pretty much it's about it's really a sales pitch, but that is disguised as a free training. That's what it really
Yes.
is. But what it really does
Yes.
is it talks about yourself, your credentials. It talks about your
Right.
story. It talks about, maybe you have, 3 steps or 5 steps on how, you've reached a certain level within real estate. And then
That's
towards,
right.
so you essentially provide value, you continue providing value. I mean, you could think of this as like a free how-to YouTube video. You provide value, and then towards the end of the video, after providing value, that is where you come in and you make an ask. And the ask is essentially a CTA, call to action, for the agent to then come book a call with you. So essentially,
Yes.
you're running an ad, which is you're not chasing, you're attracting. People are looking at your ad. That in return also builds status because the average person is going to think that, okay, if this person is spending money on advertising, there's likely something that is working in their business. Otherwise, they wouldn't be, just wasting dollars on advertising. So they look at your ad, they watch your video, and then they complete a likely 8 to 10 question, quiz or a questionnaire, and then
Right.
apply to want to learn more about what you have to offer. And then people, they watch your video, they fill out the quiz, and then they schedule a call with you onto your calendar, and everything's, automated. So essentially, you're generating this inbound traffic, you're generating this
Yes.
interest,
Yes.
essentially just out of thin air. And someone's from Miami, another person could be from Toronto. I mean, if you're advertising there, I mean, agents
Yes.
are essentially coming to you. And then from there, I mean, you jump on a Zoom call with them, a one-on-one Zoom call, very similar to this. And then,
Yes.
that is where you, pitch your digital product. And the digital product, so essentially you're not leading with a pitch related to your brokerage because every agent's already been pitched a bajillion
That's
times
right.
on their brokerage. But instead,
That's right.
essentially you're pitching how you can help them scale their business, which is
Yes.
a benefit to them, right? So you're not just going for this cash grab, but you're genuinely
Hmm.
looking to build some goodwill with this one agent where, people are reciprocal. I mean, if you help another person, I mean, they're gonna feel like they're in debt to you, that they owe you something, and then that is where the conversation about joining a brokerage really comes into play. But that is the entire funnel, and when you jump on this Zoom call, you're essentially selling a digital product. So
Hmm.
talk to me about your specific digital product. What is your digital product centered around? What even is a digital product to you specifically? Because
Yeah.
it has a different term of digital product. I mean, you can call it coaching, you call it mentorship, you can call it a coaching program, you can call it an online course, you can call it whatever you want. Talk to me about your digital product, what you're teaching in your digital product. What does it look like? So, for example, if I was an agent, I came and I joined your digital product, what would that look like? And on average, how much are you charging? And
Yeah.
just talk to me about your digital product ads as a whole.
Yeah. So primarily mine is really centered around and I share with them, what happened to me when I first came into real estate and how I found my way. And so mine is centered around helping them to build their foundational structure. I speak about vision and I speak about the power of vision. And I share with them companies like Nike and McDonald's Corporation and Airbnb and Uber and all these companies that became massive companies. They had to have vision.
Hmm.
Agent attraction, PRAB had to have a vision, right? And so without vision, what happens is that agents get their license, they don't have a blueprint,
Right.
They don't know their purpose and why I have a license. They don't have a why. And so I hit them at in the very beginning with understanding vision and goal setting and building a blueprint and a foundation. And that vision will allow them to be able to stay focused. And if they get off track, vision will throw them right back on track. Just like if you miss an exit with a GPS, the GPS will throw you right back where you're
Hmm.
supposed to be.
Right.
That's what vision does.
Yeah.
Vision allows you to see beyond yourself. I hit them with that, and many times that at the very beginning it pulls down their guard
Hmm.
because it becomes right. I'm chasing here, I'm throwing things there. I have nothing that I can look at every day that I'm supposed to stay on track with. I told them vision will keep you focused. It will keep you from being distracted. That's one of the things that I talk with them about. I also talk with them about constructing their vision assets. And what I mean by that is finding a niche. What do you specialize in? Who is your target market? Many of them don't know. They're just chasing after the wind. And that's why they're making so much money at the very beginning. They'll make money, but
Yeah.
eventually their land will dry up.
Yeah.
It's because they didn't have any system that was targeting that specific niche. They didn't
Right.
have any message that was targeting that niche. They didn't stand out as an authority in the marketplace. I talk with them about that. I talk about demographic mastery and having territory. So I share with them all of these different systems, things that they should have, things that are not being talked about. Now, maybe their broker did all of those things, but it's not being shared. It's not being communicated. It's not being educated. I begin to start sharing with them all of these different steps and the different things that they can do to start attracting versus chasing. Those old way of cold calling, door knockers, and all of that, that is dead. That is, it's number one, it's not safe, number one.
Yeah.
It's not the healthiest way to do business.
Right.
And so when I'm able to share with them
Hmm.
all these steps that I do,
Yeah.
and I ask them hypothetically, does this make sense?
Right.
Does any of this make sense?
Yeah.
Do you believe you can apply this to your business? Do you see yourself taking your
Hmm.
business to another level? I mean, and we go through it, Jazz.
Yeah.
Every time I open my mouth to something different and they see it on the screen, I mean, further and further, they're holding on to the table because they're like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that they just did not know. And I'm sharing it with them. They're really seeing a genuine help, a genuine desire to see them change. And I do ask them, if this makes sense,
Yeah.
would you be able to invest, at least 45 to $6,000? And we
Hmm.
break it down in payment plans. I
Right.
said, you've been spending on Zillow $300-400 a month with buyers that don't even want to buy, that are just window shopping, and you're
Yeah.
in contracts. Here you're getting coaching every week.
Right.
I said, and you're able to, we're not talking about you just closing one deal. We're talking about you generating six figures. And you're going to
Mhm.
get that from me. And they believe it,
Yeah.
because that is what I'm going to do. And I help them to craft their vision statement. I help them to set up their demographic. I help them to set up their Google business page. I help them. I'm working with them every week. And
Yeah.
I'm not spending just 1 hour. I could, but I want them to win. I
Hmm.
want them to scale. I want to hear that they're generating. I want to see them
Yeah.
winning. That's what I want to do. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I answered your question, Jazz, but
Yeah.
that's it. And it's a
Yeah.
payment plan. And
Yeah.
and and they're like, I'm in. I'm in,
Yeah.
because I'm not throwing a book at them. I'm not throwing just a video at them for them to pop in somewhere. No, I'm giving them a comprehensive system that
Mm,
allows them to become efficient, that
yeah,
sets them apart from the crowd, and that helps empower and elevate them and get their businesses back on the ground where it should be, where they can
yeah,
start getting out there and attracting the clients like they deserve and
yeah,
start generating the income that frankly they deserve. They deserve
right.
to live their best life. And that's
Yeah,
what my desire is for them.
yeah, completely agree. For example, like in today's world, especially with ChatGPT, there's so much information. Like everything that you want to learn or know, it's essentially at your fingertips. If you just spent a
Yeah,
little bit of time, I mean, you can find all the information that you need. For example, I mean,
that's
if you
right.
wanted to gain muscle, maybe lose weight, maybe you have some fitness goals. I mean, you can just do a quick Google search. You can use Google's AI, you can use ChatGPT. You can come up with the best meal plan for yourself. You can come up with
That's right.
the best workout routine. But where
That's right.
most people sort of drop the ball is when it comes to execution. And it's typically related to accountability. So essentially what you're doing is you have a digital product and of course, being behind the scenes, I understand that you have an online course area where people can log in and they can watch, a set of training videos. And then
Yep.
you provide support that can either be
Yes.
on Slack, but you're essentially, of course, you're essentially what you're essentially doing is you're compiling your knowledge, your two
Mm-hmm.
to three decades worth of knowledge that where you've been in real estate, and you're
Mm-hmm.
compiling that into a step-by-step blueprint where someone can simply just take a look at it and just execute.
Yeah.
And they don't have to go to, ChatGPT. They don't have to do their own research. You essentially take all the information, put it together in a good format, and you're essentially just holding their hand and taking
Yeah.
them from point A to point B. And that is essentially what you're doing with their digital product. So you're genuinely providing value. You're helping someone make more money. And a golden rule is that if you're providing value, you and for example in our industry, if you're able to help if you're able to help someone else make money, say an extra 100K a year, you can charge 10% of that. You can charge 10. If someone came to me and they helped me make an extra $1 million a year, I would
Yeah.
happily pay them 100K for that. I would
Absolutely.
happily pay them, 10% of that. So
Absolutely.
so that is where, that is essentially what you're doing with the digital product. And you mentioned you're charging, 4,500 to $6,000. So if you realistically think about it, you're essentially making 5 to 6K upfront, where
Right.
someone is paying you from home. You could call this digital income, and
Yes.
you're providing coaching. You're building goodwill. You're seen as a person of status, as a person of authority. Uh,
Yes.
you're uh, people look at you, with respect. There's a bit of pride. There's
Mm-hmm.
pride in that. And then
Yeah.
the conversation to join your brokerage, in this case here with the XP, that naturally, you know, comes to the surface. So that is
Yeah.
essentially what you're doing, which is, I mean, if you genuinely think about it, like it's insane
Yeah.
what you're able to do.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No. What you're saying is it's because, when I come on, it's not a push to join my team. It never has been. It's
Yeah.
really been to really find out how can I help you? What can we do? Because what's happening is I'm developing a form of a collaboration. It's a collaboration. Back in the heyday, JS, it would be you need to be here for Monday morning meetings. And then you're supposed to go to these Monday morning meetings and you're supposed to maybe
Yeah.
get some kind of training. And people didn't want to be there. People had other things going on. They felt forced. It wasn't something that they felt in their heart and they never got anything from it. Well,
Yeah.
here they're coming to me because they want to come to me. They're coming to
Right.
me and they're scheduling when it works for them. So I have their undivided attention. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then they feel like I'm here because I'm asking about them. I'm concerned about them. I want to know what's going on in your world, what's happened. Why do you feel your business is not taking off? Why do you feel this is happening? Or why haven't you hit your goals? Why don't you
Mhm.
think you're closing more deals? I'm genuinely asking about how they're doing. How are you really doing? And what that does is it naturally creates a rapport with
Yeah.
them, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's a rapport, and now they're telling me everything that's happening with them. And these guys, in many instances, they're gonna spend money. They're spending money already on things that don't work, and they're telling me that. I've
Right.
spent money here, and this doesn't work, and
Yeah.
that doesn't work. And then, because I asked them, what piqued your interest about joining me today?
Hmm.
Why did you want to see me? And they said, we've looked at so many things on Facebook,
Right.
but yours was different.
Hmm.
Yours was different. And they're the ones that are saying, can I join your team?
Yeah.
I don't even have to, it's just coming to me that way.
Yeah.
It really, really is. And I've even said things like, why don't you take a day and think about that? We can set up another meeting. I want to make sure it's not out of emotionalism. They see that I'm not forcing.
Hmm.
They're genuinely connecting with me, genuinely seeing the information, genuinely feeling that it was a prayer answered, and they're
Yeah.
genuinely signing. And I'm making it where it's very affordable for them,
Mhm.
because my goal is out the chute. We're getting ready to get some clients, and we're getting ready to close. And there's great expectation. They believe it because it's what I know I can do. It's what I've done. It's what I'm doing still, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really, really amazing to how the meetings are going, the training is going,
Hmm.
they're able to be vulnerable sometimes that you can't do in the offices. You're dealing with sometimes egos in offices. Well, these people here, they don't want to deal with egos. They want to deal with, I don't mean eagles as in eagles that fly, eagles as in an eagle. Okay. They're not interested in that. They want to make money. They want to secure their family's generational wealth. They want to do things for their children. My situation was, had a family member that needed me more than ever, and I needed an answer. And they're coming to me the same way. I need an answer to my situation. And I'm telling you right now, my goal is to do what the goal of Agent Attraction is, and that is to change the world. That's to impact people globally. And it's coming. You said New York, I get New York, New Jersey, Atlanta. I mean, I can't begin to tell you. They're coming from everywhere, and they want the program, they want the product, they want what I need to do. And more than that, what I love about the program with you guys is the integrity of it. What I love about it is, don't just say you're going to do something and then you don't do it.
Yeah.
And that resonated so hard with me. It resonated with, when you have a meeting at 5 o'clock,
Hmm.
you are on at 5 o'clock and not a minute later.
Yeah.
And everything about it being excellent, integrous, really be about your business with the people, be that superior coach. And that resonated very hard with me. And that, because of that, I am an authority figure with them. I am a trusted guide with them.
Hmm.
And I take what they're saying to me strong. I take
Yeah.
it serious. So yes, this has
Yeah.
been, it's been amazing to the way they're coming to me,
Yeah.
and what I'm able to provide for them. It's been exceptional, Jazz. It really has.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to touch on our system for for a few minutes. Um Actually, before we touch on our system, you personally have 2 to 3 decades worth of experience in real estate. A
Mhm.
lot of people that are going to be watching this interview, they may not have that. Maybe they've only been in the business for 3 years. Maybe they don't have
Yeah.
the credibility. Maybe they don't have the followers on social media. Maybe they're not. a top 1% mega top producer, and they don't have the accolades or the achievements to sort of back up other agents paying them. So, is it still possible for someone maybe with only 2 years of experience or 4 years of experience to share their knowledge, share their expertise, and be able to realistically help other agents and charge money for it? Or do you think this is only reserved for people like yourself, that have been in the business for some time? What are your thoughts on that?
I definitely feel, and it may not be every agent, but there's a lot of agents that have a lot of talent, a lot of gifting, that have had great success, maybe working with buyers. Maybe they have found a niche in working with the buyer. Maybe they have found a niche in working with the seller. Maybe they have found a niche in working with people that want to lease properties. There are agents that are coming in, and I'm watching them, and they're very dynamic. Some of them are very, very talented, and they have something special that they can show and teach an agent that may not know how to do certain things. There are some brand new agents that are coming in the door that have been in the business 2 and 3 years. They're better than me in certain things. It could be marketing.
Mm-hmm.
They're better than I am with social media. And
Yeah.
they're coming in, and I'm always open to, learning and getting some knowledge. But if you're an agent that's looking at this program, you can be a coach in your own right. You might be gifted in setting up YouTubing.
Yeah.
Somebody needs that.
Right.
Somebody could win in this business by doing that. You,
Yeah.
you might be excellent at podcasting, and
Yeah.
someone needs to put themselves out now more as a trusted authority through podcasting, and you can help them to set that up.
Mm-hmm.
So, to answer your question, this program, because of the funnel, because of that video sales letter, because of the tools, an agent that's been in this business at least 2 to 3 years that has skill set, you should not turn an eye to this opportunity,
Yeah.
because I think that it could be another way that you leverage yourself in the marketplace while you're still learning, while you're still growing. It's another opportunity to leverage yourself
Yeah.
through agent attraction. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, okay, so let's just say, someone watching this interview, they do jump on with us. How much work, of course, since you've been part of the system now, you've gone through everything. How much work is realistically required from their end, and how much of their time is required to make the system work? Of course, you would be the best person to answer this since you are a client now.
So, honestly, first of all, for me, I'm not a tech person. I never have been a tech person. I rather be on screen or maybe teaching, or, give me a microphone and I can maybe do a few interviews, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a tech person. And I'm considered to be a baby boomer. So you have the Gen X or Gen Z's, or Gen X, one of the two, millennials, you have the
Yeah.
younger generation, right?
Yeah.
And you have people that are, like me, that have been in the business over, 28 years or so. And we see this change in the market, right? But we're not used to the technology. It's happening so fast, where many of the ones that are coming in the business, they grew up with it. They grew up with the technology. They grew up with the social media, and they know it very, very well. And so when I first found out about, of course, the program, I was in. I was sold already. It doesn't take long for me to make decisions, but
Mm.
I saw it. It made sense. I knew that I needed a platform. What caused me some reservations was the technology. I'm like, I don't know technology. But I was very fortunate that I was able to get help, because the way that this works is there's a lot of trainings, and the system that they give you, which was interesting, was they give you a system, and then they have videos, and then they have the sales mastery training that gives you a live opportunity to walk through what you're needing to go through. So you do need to spend time in putting together your video sales letter, but they give you the worksheet, they give you the videos, the step by step. You have to follow it. So you can't come into this because you're creating a business.
Right.
You're creating a business just like you're opening a brokerage. And I
Yeah.
had to learn that
Yeah.
this is like a whole nother business. And you have to go at it like a whole nother business. If you're
Hmm.
looking for something quick and fast, that's not this. You have to get in, you have to attend the meetings, the trainings, you have to go through the information that's being given to you, which is kind of like it's a dashboard
Yeah.
of information that takes you through all the different trainings. You can keep going through it.
Hmm.
But what's really good is that if you run into some challenges, you can go into Slack and you can ask for support and you'll get the help. So it did take me, you know, months to put this together. So it did take me, about maybe 3 to 4 months, I would say, just
Yeah.
because I was also tweaking my video sales letter. I
Uh-huh.
was changing things. I was making adjustments. But because of the system, you're getting all of this technology and there's work in putting it together. So I
Yeah.
would say to anyone, first of all, it's worth it. It's the best thing that happened to me. I can't even begin to tell you. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me because I needed something and I needed something solid. And there were times I was tested and tried and I thought it was just so much, but I wanted it so bad. And the help that I got, I'm very grateful for the help. In fact, there's a section where you have like a wins section where people give their wins. And
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
encouraged me when I saw,
Yeah.
people that, they were like, I have another client and they want my training. I was seeing all these wins. And then you would get these encouraging
Yeah.
affirmations. And,
Right.
all of these things are happening. Then you go into the sales mastery training sessions and you
Uh-huh.
see people around the world that are sharing, their stories or what they're having a problem with, and they're getting answers, or they're going right in and they're
Yeah.
correcting it for you, they're making the changes for you. So
Yeah.
the integrity here is there, and you do need to invest the time. You're not going to do it in 30 days unless you're real savvy. You might,
Yeah.
but I think, you got to give yourself, you're building a business, you're building a enterprise, you're building a empire. Keep that in mind. So come into it knowing that you're building and it's going to take some time to perfect
Hmm.
your brand new business. And I'm glad I did because it's going so well. I don't have to go back and forth. It's laid out, the foundation is laid out. And
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, it takes a little bit of time. I'm going to say, I think it's going to take about 90 days,
Okay.
90 to 120 days. For me, it did because
Hmm.
it took me a little bit longer because I didn't have. But
Yeah.
once you come in, and depending on your tech savviness, it could be
Yeah.
faster. But
Yeah.
for people maybe like me, that's a baby boomer that's not into tech,
Yeah.
it may take you a little bit longer, but it's worth it. I don't know if that answers it,
Yeah.
Jazz. I want to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, entirely respect the honesty. And yeah, I mean, for some clients it takes them a little bit longer to get,
Yeah.
the entire system running. I mean, other clients, some come in where they can get up and running within 7 to 14 days.
Yeah.
It really depends on on the client, of course, as well. Now in terms of, I mean, if you're okay with sharing this, I know some agents are a little bit more, they're more open to sharing numbers. I believe there's nothing wrong with sharing numbers. I'm just like how you see wins in the client in our community that encourages you to take action. I mean, increases your motivation levels if you see other people succeeding and doing well with what you're looking to do. So if you're open to sharing some numbers on top of mind, um, on average of how many agents you've been able to how many agents have you been able to sell the digital product to? if that number is on top of mind, on average, how much did you charge to that particular agent? And uh, cumulative, how much have you been able to generate additionally because of those digital product sales where agents are coming to you and they're inquiring about your digital product? And how is that translated to you, in terms of income for the amount of time that you have been inside of the program?
Yeah, I launched in September, so we're right at almost near the end of October. So I launched, I would say probably because I had that 1 week I wasn't feeling well. So
Yeah,
I launched somewhere around right around maybe the 10th, the 12th of September, something like that.
yeah,
And I have already two clients right now that's close to $9,000. I have one
okay,
that's signing today. So that's going to be what, another 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 13,000 that I would say I have generated
yeah,
in about 30 days, something like that, about 30 days or so, which is not bad. I've also recruited two agents as well in that 30 days as well. So
yeah,
I've done that just with the digital product
yeah,
and then also with the agents, and it's been about 30 days. What I am projecting, because I'm still new, so
yeah,
I thought that, it's not bad to be kind of brand new at this, right?
yeah,
So I thought it wasn't a bad payday. I've had probably leads. I have, currently over 300 and some odd leads. So it's really getting to all the leads that I'm struggling with right now because I've got so many leads that are coming in.
yeah.
But I'm getting an average of probably about, 6 demos a week,
Okay.
between 5 to 6 demos a week.
Hmm.
Again, but again, I'm learning, I'm learning the tactics and what to say, how to say things, just so that I can make them feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Um, but yes, my goal really is, and I know I met with Sammy, who is, in the business,
yeah,
and very impressed by what he's doing. And the things that he's doing, it just utterly, I was amazed to the hundreds of people he's already worked with and has sold his product to and has helped.
yeah,
It really inspired me. So I'm really projecting, really, to be honest with you, to probably close. I'm going to say as time goes on, I think my average is going to be probably between 5 and 10 a month, I believe,
got it.
which would be substantial for me. And I think that once I get to that number, that's really my goal, is to do right between 5 and 10 a month.
Yeah.
Once that happens, I think, Jazz, what I will do then is go full blown coaching,
Hmm.
and I will probably
Yeah.
really step back from the
Sure.
everyday and
Sure.
just send leads out to
Yeah.
agents. And that's really what my goal is. I
Yeah.
found the answer here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, those results are they're tremendous,
Yeah.
considering that you've only been doing this for, I mean, you've realistically only have been launched for 30 days. So you've
Yep.
recruited two real estate agents. And in the process of doing so, you're getting paid $13,000 around that
Yes.
number, which is, if you
Yes.
actually think about it, you're getting paid to recruit, which is, a topic that we like to talk about a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, like these numbers are great, and I know for a fact, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, if you scale this up, you can easily take this side of the business,
Yeah.
which could to 25K a month, 50K a month.
Yes.
We have one of our top clients does 300K a month, which is like
Wow.
it's a multi-million
Wow. Yeah.
dollar per year business. So
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I mean this is a new path. The old path was you become an agent, maybe you start up your own brokerage, and at the same time you may do some sort of real estate investing. That would become your
Yes.
that was like the typical path. The new path is that uh you're an agent, you've practiced as an agent, you've generated some results, and now you're sharing your knowledge, your expertise, your experience with other agents. You're getting paid in the process of doing so. and you're building goodwill, you're building status, you're building authority, you're building respect, and then at the same time, you're then recruiting these agents into your specific brokerage downline team. I mean, you're doing it to your team, and then of course, you can do it to your downline too. This is a new path, and Monique,
Yes.
I mean, this is it's insane. I mean, and I'm excited to see what you can do in 1 year.
Yeah.
Like, where
Yeah.
can you be in 1 year? Like, what is possible, right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm thrilled by this. And I, I was talking with my brother and he was like, this is it. This is it. And I said, I found it. I actually
yeah,
found it, that to be able to work with the masses, it's
yeah,
the masses that have come to me. And
right.
and Jazz, what's really crazy about it is that I don't have to leave. I don't even have to leave my home.
Yeah,
I mean, it's brought back, you know, work life balance back into my life, something that I haven't had in probably decades, to be
yeah,
honest with you. I mean, it's a complete trajectory shift here that's happening in my life. And because I have found my mojo again, if you will, I have
yeah,
found that, because in our industry, it has become very, very stressful. It's not in the heyday like it was where we were, racking in, 20, 30 closings a month, because that's what I was doing, okay, by myself, right? And that day is long gone. That
yeah,
market is long gone. It is a new marketplace now, and
yeah.
it is a new world in real estate now. And what we have to do is we have to embrace it. We can't
Mm,
kick up against the prick anymore. We
right.
have to embrace it. And what we have to embrace with this new dispensation that we are in is that we have to look at now the tools that's going to help us to arise in the marketplace.
Hmm.
And when Pratt was thinking about this, I mean, I don't know what was on his mind that he would think about a program like this, because he is absolutely spot on. When I started seeing my calendar do what it was doing and the people that were coming to me, it's utterly incredible what's happening to me right now.
Yeah.
And to be able to now feel excitement again about my business, to feel the joy in my business, to be able to share to people that I may have never ever met in my entire life. But through this, it's allowed me to cross over borders and meet with people. I had someone that contacted me from Hawaii. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You're like, from where?
Yeah.
And it's like, and I mean, and just had a great conversation, and just to hear about their market and what's happening in their market. It
Yeah.
is just, I, I'm utterly thrilled. I'm
Yeah.
humbled
Yeah.
by it. And to be able to say, I have an answer for you.
Hmm.
You didn't come on today by happenstance. I have an answer for you today. Your industry, your real estate career is getting ready to change today. And I tell them this, Jazz, I don't care if you have to beg, borrow, short of stealing to get that money. You need to get what you need to get involved, get engaged, invest in this, because you're sowing in good ground and your business is getting ready to skyrocket, and they believe it. So I can't begin to tell you the people that are like, I have on my books next month that are saying, by this date, I'll have it. By this time, I'll have it. By next Wednesday, I will have it. And they're saying it to me, and I'm thinking, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. And that's where
Yeah.
I'm at. And
Yeah.
so it's that exciting. It's that
Yeah.
exciting for me. And
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
I'm still learning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I come onto you guys' training, and you guys blow my mind with your mind shifting training, the information, and it's right on. It's
Yeah.
right on the money. And
Yeah.
I'm taking it all in, Jazz. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's get it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I mean, highly appreciate you taking hour and 15 out of your busy schedule to come sit down
Yeah.
with me and have this chat. I know this is gonna move a lot of people. It's gonna have a lot of people rethinking their
Yeah.
strategy, especially going into 2026. And uh more importantly, what you've really done is you've tapped into the e-learning industry.
Mhm.
And if you take a
Yeah,
look into that industry, I was reading an article once again, and this industry is going to be worth $1 trillion
yeah,
by 2030. So within a few years, I mean, this is going to be $1 trillion industry. And because you're running paid advertising and you're spending money on ads, you're building a brand.
yeah,
Not only is this brand, I mean, you're building a personal brand. I mean, you hear the biggest names in the industry, Gary Vee, Grant
yeah,
Cardone, Alex
yeah.
Hormozy, the biggest people in
Mhm.
the world, in the business world, they're talking about building a personal brand. And
Yes,
not only with the system are you able to get paid to recruit, but you're also building that personal brand. You're if someone sees your face again and again and again on their social media feed, they're gonna build that familiarity. They're gonna feel like I already know this person. I mean, think about
yes,
why these streamers are some of the highest paid people. I mean, there's some streamers that are making more money than NBA players. It's
oh yeah,
because they're the ones that are attracting the attention. And now you can essentially get attention and you're not going to lose money because
right,
you're getting paid to get that sort of attention. And I mean, it's powerful. Why you're really being able to do. I mean, for example, I mean, we spend for our company to promote our company about 4K a day. So we're getting close
yeah,
to 150K a month in advertising. I mean, we're getting millions and millions of impressions every single month. We get people come on the phone that say, guys, like you guys gotta get the hell off my feed. Like I keep seeing you.
yeah,
And which is why, I mean, you guys are, you yourself are sort of getting this celebrity effect too, which you're
yeah,
starting to see. Now, imagine if you do this a year in a row, 2 years
yeah,
in a row, the amount of people that are gonna reach out to you organically, they might reach out to you on Instagram, on Facebook, organically,
yeah,
that, hey, Monique, you know, I've been seeing your ads again and again and again. I watch some of your free trainings. I want to learn more. And then on top of that, you're getting these automatic bookings that are coming onto your calendar. So. This is a new wave. This is a new path, and I'm excited. So if you have any last last few words that you want to say, anything that we missed that you think would be beneficial to touch on, I mean, feel free to touch on anything that you believe that I may have missed on.
yeah. Thank you again, Jazz, for the opportunity and for prep, for the vision, right? And for Arjun, and all of you guys that have come together, as a family, as a team, synergizing, bringing a wealth of knowledge
Yeah,
and skill set to the marketplace. It is so valuable and has been so needed, and so very grateful to work with a team of young men that are brilliant minds in the industry of the internet, in the building brand system and the coaching and all of that you're doing. It's such a need for it, and I'm so very grateful that I was up flipping through my Facebook and came across you guys.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
so very very happy that I did do
yeah,
that. And
yeah,
but I would say to those that are watching, that have been skeptics or that have said, I'm not sure what my next step is, what my next phase is in real estate. I'm in a situation right now where I feel like I'm drowning, or I feel
right,
like, I'm in a small pot and I'm not advancing, I'm not elevating.
yeah,
And that, there's things that I need to do, but I don't know where to go. If you happen to see this, it's not an accident, that you're watching it, whatever time in the morning you're watching it. For me, I prayed about this. It showed up. I did my due diligence. I did my discovery. I had a chance to meet the team, and I got in with both feet, both arms. I've not looked back. And I've been a part of this now for a few months. And I launched in September. I'm seeing great success, and it's the best decision I could have ever made. When I came into the industry of real estate, my platform was radio and television. As you know,
yeah,
with social media, podcasting, all of that,
yeah,
that's become antiquated. You had to find a new well to dig,
Yeah.
and I have found a new well to dig, and it's here with Agent Attraction.
Yeah.
And because of that now, I believe that you get by giving. And it's a platform that's allowing me to give
Yeah.
in a big way, and to do it in a way that is not grudgingly, in a
Right.
way I don't feel pressured. But because people are reaching out to me, I'm able to openly share,
Yeah.
and I'm able to be rewarded for the things that I'm sharing. And I'm very grateful for this. So, this is an opportunity for you to scale your business. It's an opportunity for you to be empowered, to be a trusted advisor, to
Hmm.
use your skill sets, to go to the next dimension and next phase in your career of real estate. And for those that are younger that don't feel you can get in this game, you have talent, you have gifts, and you need to plug into this system, because what I'm projecting with Agent Attraction, even in the years to come, I believe it's going to become a $1 billion business. And I just believe that what you connect with is what you'll become. And I definitely have found some trailblazers that I'm connected with, and they have integrity.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that, because if they did not, I would not be working with them. They have
Right.
integrity, they're showing up, they're helping you. And for that, I'm blessed. And I
Yeah.
hope that you'll look at this opportunity. If you have questions, you can certainly reach out to me and I'll tell you the truth. But Jazz and Prab and Arjun, thank you guys so much
Yeah.
for helping me. It's been life changing. And my brother, who had been very ill, is doing much better now.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's because I've been able to show up and be there
Hmm.
with him while
Yeah.
I'm making money. So
Yeah.
God bless you guys all
Yeah.
for all that you do. And
Yeah.
thank you for everything that you've done for me.
Yeah, I mean, God bless you, Monique. God bless your brother, and I hope he recovers, uh,
Thank you.
with whatever he's going through. And
Yeah,
I'll pray for him. But
thank you.
more importantly, I really want to thank you for, taking an
Yeah,
hour and almost 30 minutes to jump on this
yeah,
interview, to share
yeah,
your wisdom, with the
yeah.
world. And as a form of thank you, I want you to send Arjun your address because I want to send over a little gift as a form of a
Okay,
thank you for taking time out every day because we don't pay clients to do interviews with us. They do it out of their own will. So highly appreciate you jumping on. And I hope the viewers found this call interview this interview useful. And I'm sure it's gonna move at least one person. Even if it moves one person, I mean, that's that's
that's right.
that's a big win. So Monique,
That's
thank
right.
you, and I hope to chat with you sometime soon again.
For sure. Thanks again, Jess. God bless.